Thanks a lot for coming in.
Good morning, happy to be here.
Something about this community appeals to you?
This is a wonderful place to live.
For Kelowna Now, this is Camp Mulgat. And we're joined by Ashley Snow and Sandy Fuchs. You're the organizer and you are an enthusiast in this weekend's walk to raise funds for dog guides, right? Yeah. So Ashley, I'll start with you. Why is it that this particular issue has become important to you to the point where you would be organizing an event like this?
It's twofold. So I work for Total Pet, which is part of the Pet Family Stores, and Pet Value across the country is super involved with the dog guide program, has been for quite some time. So I get to do it as part of my job, which is amazing. Fantastic to do something like that for work, but also it's just it's so neat. The whole program is incredible. It's amazing how it impacts real people's lives and how they do it all at no cost to these Canadians that need it. So right. That gets me excited.
Yeah, and I'll ask you, Sandy. In the beginning, it was we had seeing eye dogs, and that's all people kind of knew. Right. But it's really grown, and in your case, it's a hearing ear dog. You are. How would you describe your hearing impairment?
It's a severe to profound hearing loss in both ears.
So your dog, Katie, tell us how Katie sort of enhances your life.
Well, she gets me out of bed in the morning, more than just the alarm clock alert. So she does the alarm clock, she does smoke detector, she does doorbell, she does knocking. She will do name calling if I'm out in the public or if my husband can't find me. Sometimes he uses that to his advantage. Go get Sandy, Sandy. Yeah. So, and also when I'm in public, if somebody's behind me, I won't hear anything. So I will watch her behavior. If there's somebody coming up behind me, she's very friendly, so she'll start to wag her tail, or she'll look at me and wag her tail again, and then I will look to see what she's looking at.
Right.
Because I won't be able to hear if anybody's talking behind me. So I have some people that say, well, I didn't know that you had a hearing loss. It's like, well, how could you even possibly know?
Right.
You know?
But you've got a lot of things going to help you. You've got your cochlear implant and that device in your hand.
Yeah, this is called a Roger pen.
Right, and you can point that at the source so you're getting a bit of audio of the person.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're reading lips.
Yeah.
And you've got Katie as your sort of early alert system that someone's trying to communicate with you.
Right, yeah.
And would you call Katie a pretty important part of that toolkit?
Actually, Katie's my second service dog. So I had a service dog before her from another organization in Edmonton that did training. And she sadly passed away 3 years ago in May. Right. And so once she's passed away, I applied to the Lions Foundation. And it took about a year, which was a really short amount of time to wait for a hearing ear dog, I tell you. So I think it's possibly because it was my second dog and I was in big need for it.
Right.
If you can just imagine waking up one morning and all of a sudden your hearing's gone. And it's like the anxiety and the fear that comes from that. I couldn't go out of the house by myself. I was just afraid of everything. Somebody calling my name and they talking to me, just the anxiety would increase and triple. It was just too much. And so having Katie with me gives me that confidence again that I can go out and I can go grocery shopping by myself now. I don't need somebody to come with me all the time.
So actually we've heard a lot about hearing ear dogs, but there are quite a list now. There's 6 different kinds of dogs that the Lions...
There's actually 7 now.
7? Okay, so run through them for us.
Okay.
It's a quiz.
Yeah, pop quiz. So we have the hearing dogs. There's a vision dog, a seizure alert dog. There's a diabetic alert dog, support, and then also service. So like physical disability dog. And autism as well, which is really neat, yeah.
Right. And so we do this walk on the weekend. I take it last year there wasn't a lot of people in Kelowna out for it, a tiny handful.
Last year. So we've changed the date a little to try not to compete with other events in Kelowna. So this year it's on June 2nd.
Right.
But not very many people out last year, no.
Well, hopefully we get out more because it's such a neat cause. But we were speaking earlier about this thing where people will actually fake it. They'll put some sort of jacket on their dog and declare it a service dog just so they can go anywhere with their dog.
I think part of it is a comfort thing. So it's not necessarily that they're faking it, that it's more that they don't understand the dire need that people have with proper service dogs, so they're imitating it a bit to have that kind of anxiety release with their companion pet.
But it matters to you guys, Sandy, that people, if they feel they need a service dog, to go through the proper channels.
Absolutely. Make sure the dog is properly trained, because it doesn't happen overnight and it doesn't happen in a backyard. So it does take a lot of training. It costs, $25,000 just to train one dog.
Right.
And then there's additional expenses on top of that, depending on what program they're being trained for, because it's very intense training.
Right.
But the trainers in Oakville are absolutely amazing.
So if I see a service dog anywhere, likely it was trained in Oakville, Ontario?
Mm-hmm.
There's many programs. So the Dog Guides of Canada, their programs in Oakville. There's also programs rating like locally as well and stuff like that do the similar kind of thing. So, but they've been fostered for a year, like as puppies. They get fostered into people's homes and they get all their life experience that way. But after that, they go through 4 to 8 months of proper, like in-depth training so that they're as well behaved as Sandy's dog is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's still a poodle, don't get me wrong. She can lose her mind in a minute.
But they are smart, aren't they?
Yes.
They're smart.
Yeah, they are very smart.
Are there issues about businesses and people accepting service dogs enough? Are there still problems with people not wanting them to come in? Do you ever experience that? Someone saying, don't take that in my store? Or?
Yep. It just comes down to education. People need to know the rights of a person who has a disability, that I could come into your store and bring my dog, but the store owners also have to be educated to know what is their right. So if I'm bringing a certified service dog into your store and she loses her mind because you have a cat running around or a squirrel went loose, she's going to be a dog, but if she does something that's totally unacceptable, as an owner, you can ask me to leave. Even though I am certified and trained and have the government backing me saying this is a person with a disability, she can bring her dog anywhere. It's up to the store owners to be educated, and by doing that, when you just go to a website, the government of BC website that gives you information on. Are you familiar with that?
No, I work at a pet store, so I'm pretty comfortable and pretty familiar with the whole world, so, like of pets. So.
Yeah. But the flip side of that is also knowing that if a person is coming into your store with a disability, you better be sure, because it's very offensive to asking somebody who has a disability, what is your disability?
Oh, so that's not good etiquette to go around?
No, it is nobody's. You can ask what the service dog's job is, but you can't ask me what my disability is.
I think I did earlier on.
That's okay.
So, live and learn.
But people don't understand that. It's like, how would you like it for a total stranger to come up to you and say, why do you have short hair? Or why are you wearing glasses? Like, what's your prescription for your glasses?
Yeah.
Why do you need to know that?
Yeah.
I have a service dog.
No.
She's there to help me. It's written on her jacket.
Good to know. But have you ever had problems where you go into a place and there is, say, another dog that somehow is, kind of getting on the wrong side of your dog and it's actually been a problem?
I've had other dogs approach her in her jacket and snap at her.
Right.
Because they were a service dog. They were in the mall in Edmonton. I remember it was crazy. This little tiny dog was running loose, like on a long flexi leash, and this lady had a card from the internet saying she was a service dog. And it's like, not a chance.
Yeah, you don't typically see a service dog at the end of one of those long,
No.
you know,
Never.
extendable.
They are, if they are a certified service dog, they are well behaved.
And they're usually right close to their person.
Yeah, because they're not walking around sniffing and stuff like that. You're here to do a job.
Okay, speaking of doing the job, okay, let's make sure we cover the basics. This is happening on Sunday
Sunday, June 2nd.
at 10 a.m.
Yes.
It starts
Well,
at, yeah?
the walk starts at 10
But you want to
a.m.
register a bit earlier.
Yes, yeah. Any time between 9 and 10.
Okay, and then, and that's outside, you queue up outside of Total Pet.
Yep, yeah, everyone's welcome inside as well. We'll have
Right.
tents set up and everything will be quite obvious where we're set up. And then after, we'll go for a walk. It's usually about 30 minutes, like it's a leisurely, comfortable
Right.
walk for anybody. Dogs are welcome on leash, well-behaved dogs, as well as kids, families, all that kind of stuff. And then afterwards, we'll have a barbecue to raise some extra funds for the Dog Guides program.
Awesome. So hopefully we raise a little bit of money. You'll get more than 6 people out. And thanks very much to both of you guys for coming in and telling us all about it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your
Thanks
time.
for having us.
And thank you for watching Kelowna Now.